Coming up on the Dave Dabbah Big Show, the National Basketball Association is under fire, and they deserve to be under fire because of rest gate, as Steve Kerr rests basically all of his players in a game against San Antonio, and San Antonio counters by basically doing the same thing. Okay, go ahead and play the cool intro music now.
Big Show, presented by Seat77.com. As always, Dave Dabbah is coming to you live from the Super Plus Seat 77 broadcast studio in the heart of Silicon Valley. Now, Dave Dabbah.
North America, welcome to the Dave Dabbah Big Show. Today, we begin with Rest Gate. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably at home and you're thinking, was Bill Belichick somehow involved in Rest Gate? What is Rest Gate? And I'll tell you right now, I'm not sure. Bill Belichick and Steve Kerr actually colluded on Rest Gate. But as you all know, Steve Kerr decided to rest basically most of his players. 80% of his production was rested in a game over the weekend against the San Antonio Spurs, who also rested a bunch of players. It was like the San Antonio B+ players against the Golden State Warrior B players. By the way, the San Antonio Spurs clearly have better B players than the Golden State Warriors. So back to Bill Belichick for a second. Was he somehow involved with this? Was Kellyanne Conway somehow involved with her microwaves, which allegedly can record and watch what you're doing? Just absolutely ridiculous, right? So for this particular issue, the question is, do you believe that National Basketball Association players should have rest when they're supposed to be playing in a game? Look, I got to tell you, there are two ways to go on this subject, and only two ways. You either think players need rest or you think they don't. And for me, I am clearly coming out on the side of these players who are unbelievably pampered. I mean, just think about this. When was the last time you were at an airport and in front of you were a bunch of National Basketball Association players who had to actually go through Homeland Security before they got on a plane? And the answer is never, because they're on private jets. When was the last time you heard of a National Basketball Association player on the road having to stop by the local Safeway and spend 45 minutes in a line trying to buy some food so he could go back to his hotel room and cook it for himself? The answer is never. It's never happened. Look, these National Basketball Association players are so pampered, it's ridiculous. Look, they've got trainers. They've got trainers for the trainers. They've got massage therapists. They've got massage artists. No, really, they do. They have all of these unbelievable advantages that you and I don't have when we are traveling. Look, if I'm traveling for work, I'm traveling for work. I go from city to city, but I never don't show up to a meeting because I was too tired. It doesn't happen. It is flat out ridiculous for the National Basketball Association to allow this to happen. And furthermore, Bill Belichick had nothing to do with this. At least I don't think he did. Look, if you went to that San Antonio Spurs Golden State Warrior game over the weekend, this is what I think you should do. I think you should take the receipt from that game, send it to Steve Kerr, care of Bob Myers, the general manager of the Golden State Warriors, and ask for a refund. Just flat out ridiculous that they would do this on a nationally televised game. Now look, it's not like it was the end of the season and this game meant nothing. The Golden State Warriors are currently fighting for their lives in the National Basketball Association. Seriously, San Antonio is going to be the first seed in the West, and the Warriors are going to regret not playing this game. This is absolutely ridiculous. Let me ask you this. Game 1 and Game 2 of a series against the Golden State Warriors would now be in San Antonio because the San Antonio Spurs are playing significantly better, and the Warriors needed every opportunity they could possibly have to hold that one spot. They might have just walked away from the championship just simply because they said their players needed rest. But it wasn't just the kind of rest you and I need. Apparently it's mental fatigue as well. Look, I get it. Back-to-back nights in the National Basketball Association is difficult. Look, and I got to point this out. The night before they flew to San Antonio, my Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Golden State Warriors, which is a big deal for me. But then for them to fly to San Antonio and not play their other players is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm telling you, you should ask for a refund. So what is the cause of all of this? Is the National Basketball Association able to do anything about this at all? Look, it's not like they can call up a coach and say you have to play your players. You can't tell a coach what to do. So that's not going to happen. But what the NBA could actually do is put a rule into place where they don't have back-to-back games for teams that are on the road traveling. So no back-to-back nights for teams that are traveling on the road. Now, look, you can have back-to-back nights at home because you can be more rested, I guess. You can have your personal chef at home cooking whatever it is that those players like to eat at home. Look, this whole thing that the NBA could do to change things around a little bit could actually happen if they just provided a couple more weeks of the season. So that's one thing. But I have to get back to this. I'm telling you, Bill Belichick had nothing to do with this. Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors should be flat out ashamed of themselves. This is ridiculous. This is people that are paying to come to these games, people that are staying home, watching these games on television, and we all deserve better than how the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs treated us the other night. Okay, North America, thanks so much for all of your support. Look, the Dave Dabbah Big Show, we come to you usually 3, sometimes 4 times a week. We are available all over the place. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, the SoundCloud, Spreaker, iTunes Video, and of course, iHeartRadio and the iHeartRadio app. Send us your emails, North America. info@seat77.com. All right, listen, for the Dave Dabbah Big Show, I'm Dave Dabbah, reminding you that not everyone can be a champion, Ron Rivera, but everyone, and I do mean everyone, can act like one can. And good luck, North America, because in this era of Donald Trump being your president, you're going to need it.